of winning the game as well, I think is a good thing for a lot of these teams to try and keep a lot of it simple and straightforward. You don't want to have to try and have this extremely complicated way of playing every single team fight to try and win it. Whereas for the side of Ivy, their team fights are a little complicated, right? It's exactly as you said. Ade has to try and find the sniper in the backgrounds with a well-timed onslaught. If the sniper ever gets to a point where he's got like 4 stuff plus concussive grenade, like it's going to be very, very hard for the Primal Beast to stay on top of him, because he is kind of a one and done. He jumps in with onslaught and then he runs around with trample. And if he's not on top of the sniper, then who's going to get on top of the sniper? Then it's going to be on the Ember Spirit to try and get that done. But the Ember's going to have to try and contend with 4 heroes that have stuns and, you know, silences and all that kind of jazz. So it's going to be a bit of a rough game for both these two teams. And I feel like Ancient Tribe just having straightforward lanes, straightforward gameplay is going to have a good time.
It also dawns on me that because they have this clockwork of LeBron, he has like a dual role to fill in this game. He'll be protecting Sniper for a large majority of it, but at some point, his job is just going to be get on top of Drow. You get on top of Pio, later on in the game, then Ivy have a lot less damage. Because these core heroes, DP is going to buy BKB, it's going to be hard to reach the Sniper. Snapfire is surprisingly tanky if she builds into like the Greaves pipe route. So Ivy certainly have to make a stamp on the map as early as possible. But so far it's starting okay. They get themselves normal bounty runes. And this mid lane team, please send some conciliatory tips towards Stoikov. It's going to be a struggle against this Death Prophet. Difficult times here coming mid.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a rough one. And as I said in the pre-show as well, right, like that Mobe's had a very good performance in a lot of these matchups, especially when he has matchups that are favorable towards his hero. So I'm looking towards this mid lane to have a few more rotations. You can lead the Primal Beast by himself at certain points once you give Ade a little bit of this time and experience. But with the way that LeBron's playing, I don't think they're going to allow that.
Yep. For now, though, it's just going to be some chill times. I also really want to see how this mid goes. GM Vincento does get the killing started on the map by bringing down a courier. Good stuff. Making life a little bit better for his squad. Any little piece of gold helps right now, especially for poor Stoikov. Dude, it's starting. Look what he's getting zoned away from this wave. Might not be able to find the farm that he really wants.
Yeah, it's always rough when you start in the first couple of waves and you're not able to demonstrate like and kind of pull into the lane. I think when you look at a lot of these players that are able to come out on top in some of these losing lanes, it does really come in after the first couple of minutes. Like the first couple of waves are going to be very, very dominant until you have some more access to maybe your bottle and a few more of these levels. So have to wait and see whether or not the domination will continue for Mobe or whether or not Stoichkov can actually come back into this lane and make some rotations. Maybe the first couple of power runes can be very, very important. The Death Prophet does have to pop the ultimate to try and take your tower early on. So if there ever is a moment that Ivy can make a rotation with Stoichkov to head towards the bottom lane, I think that's going to be his main priority, is if he can head towards Little Plebs lane, they can start to link up with the Marana as well as the Primal Beast. They've got a lot of kill threat that if he's able to alleviate a bit of the pressure coming in from his own lane and put it onto a side lane, then maybe Ivy can have something to play with here in this mid game.
Speaking of the side lanes, we see in the top, Pio just chilling on this Drow Ranger, farming away. Not really expecting much kill threat like from the Snapfire Tiny whilst he has the Undying nearby. Doesn't mean that GM Vincenzo has to be careful about his movements across the map, because if he leaves, there is quite a bit of damage. But to do kill his courier, so that is something. Gonna make his farming a little bit slower. It was carrying the Wraith Band.
Yeah, a little snipe there from Alex. Just went in for a drag on the crit wave and was able to find himself a courier. And this is exactly what you see from position 4 all the time up against the Undying, especially when you have double strength heroes with the Tiny and the Snapfire. So James Vincenzo really wants to sit there and just spam out these decays. But if you're pulling the crit waves back behind the tower, then he can't really, you know, make this a 1v2 where he's winning. It's more just, you know, a 1v1 that he's winning up against Alex, and whereas you can see Mixka is just doing a good job at trying to zone PO off this lane and just get last hits with the Scatterfire as well.
Alex, at some point, will be they have to give him some priority to ensure that he gets his Blink Dagger. For now, though, he'll just be happy staying alive, trying to complicate life for GM Vincento. Create some space for Mixer to be able to get his early items in the game. In the CS department, Snapfire not looking amazing, but has lots of HP. The same cannot be said for Stoikov, as he's actually doing a pretty good job. He's behind the Death Prophet, sure, but you normally expect DP at this point to be getting close to killing you. So the fact that he even has HP in the bank and still has a little bit of regen in the pocket. Overall, he's not happy, but, you know, he's okay. He's not hating life right now.
Yeah, he's not turbo sad. You know, he's only a few last hits behind. It's not like the denies are starting to rack up for Moibei this time around. It is more just about Stoichkov just making sure he can use his life as a trading tool as well. Like, he knows that he's going to lose a bit of that damage. Or Alex gets first blood.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like the Undying just kind of got caught out.
All right, very nicely done by the Ancient Tribe, getting themselves the first blood there. Down bottom, they're also doing a pretty decent job just holding back Ade and Quip from doing anything. Alex comes middle to secure a water rune. They take the other one from bottom. Just try to increase the sadness in Stoichkov's life. But not the bright side is, you lose a hero, that means just a free bottle refill for the mid laner. Nice.
Yeah, and James Vincenzo just able to walk up to the high ground, just drop a decay on the Moibei's head and just say, hey buddy, I'm here, let's try and play around for a little bit. And he's kind of getting a little bit of the pressure back.
Yeah, there's going to be a Spirit Siphon out onto him. The Searing Chains are required to keep him alive. And of course, Stoichkov had to contribute help, but that means that PO is all alone in the top lane. We spoke about this in the pregame, that this Undying cannot afford to leave the lane. If he does, Alex and Mixer will be aware that they can bring him down. So caught between a rock and a hard place. Whose life do you save? Ember or the Drow Ranger? And unfortunately, they lose the Drow. And down bottom, we have some action going. Lil Pleb getting trampled upon right now. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. LeBron looking for some kind of revenge here with the Battery Assault. Will be able to find one. Can he find another? No Battery Assault for another 8 seconds. So realizes he can't catch up. But still, that is going to be a quick kill onto the Sniper. Ivy responding very, very quickly to the aggression coming out on the other side of the map.
Yeah, good response taking down Little Pleb, right? We touched on the fact that the Primal Beast is a good response into the Sniper, and they just proved it there. Just having a lot of that magic burst to be able to take down the Sniper and be able to get on top of him. So that is one little shining light here for Ivy. Little Pleb is still doing a really, really good job in the last hits department, all the way up to 28 last hits right now on that level 4. And he's going to get the treads very, very soon. And double Wraith Band treads is a very, very scary point for any hero to go up against a Sniper, because that's when he really starts to hit hard and it really abuses these headshot procs.
We just quickly saw in the replay there how Jam Vincenzo ended up losing his life early on. You know, unfortunately for the Tiny, although he does get the kill, he was forced to go into the tree throw to get it, so he's 1-1-1 right now. Going to be a little bit bereft of damage as a result, but still okay with this. Not the worst thing in the world. And this map has...
We've seen some Tinies try and go for the tree grab before, just as a little bit of range harass and even just trying to pull some quick waves and stuff, so he's not going to be all too sad about it. Maybe once we start getting towards like level 6, level 7, that's when it might start to hurt him a little bit, if you see people, you know, come up with things like the raindrops and stuff, and you might not just have the damage with, you know, only level 1 toss.
Yeah. Top lane, this Tiny might actually be able to get on top of Jam Vincenzo again. This blast is going to be on. Alex not making the initial movement coming back, so Jam Vincenzo just chilling. They're still chilling down bottom. But middle, we are starting to see the impact of this Death Prophet. The gap between himself and the Ember, Stoichkov, is really starting to feel it. And this Death Prophet muscling him back even further. She has ghosts available. Or she doesn't. She's level 7. Hasn't gone for the ghost, so she's just trying to occupy this lane. When she eventually does, suddenly Ember Spirit really cannot go anywhere. Going to be pinned to the side of the map. And do they have any kind of... Can they try to make any big move here? Could they potentially bring both supports to try and force a life out of Morbay?
Maybe, but it's going to be hard for them to kill her, right? Because they're going to have to try and utilize level 1 Searing Chains into an arrow to at least get the damage. But they're going to have 2 melee heroes running into a Death Prophet with 4 levels in the Spirit Siphon. So if she ever gets them off on even one of those heroes, I don't think they're going to have enough damage to kill her. They're probably pretty happy with how Stoichkov has been going. Hasn't died, hasn't lost his tower. Yeah, he's behind on CS, but you're expecting that. But now with this rotation at level 7... they get a kill on a Little Pleb. They're going to be really, really happy about this.
Unfortunately, LeBron is the one that's blocking this particular movement. He has the power cogs as well as the battery assault. So Ade cannot find an inroad, nor can Stoichkov. So just going to be a wasted rotation. Speaking of Stoichkov, he doesn't have remnants back. He comes directly into the Death Prophet, who has access to the Siphon. Another one is out. There's going to be the remnants. Can he outplay Death Prophet here? He's going to try his best and will succeed in doing so. No rocket flare to catch him out either. Jam Vincenzo might be the sacrifice being made in exchange for this play, and indeed that is the case. He dies. Might not be able to keep his tombstone either. And off the advent of his death, they get level 8, so Mobe is going to turn this into a dual push as well after getting the tombstone. Lots of efficiency happening in the mid lane here for the DP.
Oh, Moibe is having such a good game. The way, obviously, putting him into a really advantageous lane, he forced Stoichkov to just utilize that last remnant to get away. Got the kill there on James Vincenzo and just got a lot of damage onto the tier 1 tower as well. So he's going to be feeling pretty good. I wouldn't hate to see if he just tries to go for this kind of like greedier build and just goes something along the lines of like a Boots of Travel and just tries to play really, really fast. You can just like Boots of Travel into BKB for Moibe and just kind of run at everybody, because it's still going to be a little bit of time until anybody's going to move out of these lanes. So if you want to go greedy, you can.
Top lane, speaking of greed, James Vincenzo probably feeling a little bit greedy for sticking around to try and hold on to this tower. Unfortunately, the Ancient Tribe will punish said greed as they bring him down. And bottom, more punishment might be happening onto Ade. Hookshot directly onto him. LeBron pushing him back with this clockwork. Do they have the damage? He has the assassinate from Lil Pleb. He gets stopped out right now. Cube will not be able to keep him alive forever though. Lil Pleb brings him down like a hunter in the forest. They've lost the Primal Beast. Cube hoping to delay them until Stoichkov can arrive. Stoichkov looking for the slight change. Won't be able to find it onto Lil Pleb. We'll have to settle for LeBron. But he can't catch him. He didn't get the combo out. Oh no. Stoichkov, that's another failed rotation. Can't bring down the clockwork. Lil Pleb escapes. Primal Beast dies. It's just not going well right now, Fluke, for the side of Ivy.
Oh no, you hate to see it. I thought he was going to go for the blind slight chains on the Little Pleb. That definitely could have been a kill they were going to go for. He had literally no mana on the side of Little Pleb, so he definitely probably would have gone down. And yeah, Stoichkov just missing the slight chains combo. When you are going for the blind ones, you have to throw the Syrian chains pre-Sleight of Fist before you do see them. So it is kind of a little bit of RNG. So you can't really hate on him too much for that. But losing out on that kill, now just getting bullied by Moibe as well. And Ivy, they're very, very far behind in this game, and it looks like it's not going to be a good early game for them.
At least in the top lane, they do get something back, bringing down the life of Alex. Mixer's also going to get taken to task as well. This will come at the cost of the tier 1 tower getting into or close to deny range. But nonetheless, getting 2 kills, it's something. And it's not like the Snapfire is a soft kill. She is quite farmed right now. And she's going for the Meme Hammer Fluke. Oh, Meme Hammer Snapfire, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, this is exciting. I was talking with, I'm not quite sure who I was talking with. Maybe it was when I stood in for some South American casting with Dan. I am a big connoisseur of the Meteor Hammer. I've been going through a lot of different combinations, and I haven't seen the Snapfire one, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. But it looks like bottom lane is a bit of action.
There's a lot of action here with the trample coming forth from Ade. Can they jump onto Lil Pleb in time? Indeed they can. And finally they get something going. Moibe in the meantime though pops goes to take down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane and making a quick movement towards top to help them pressure the tier 1 in that side of the map as well. Should be able to bring it down even without the exorcism. Alright, but still very good play to be able to bring down the sniper yet again, his second death on the map. But more importantly, they finally involve Stoichkov in a decent way. Can they stop James Vincenzo? Oh my god. Well,
max range.
Alex feeling good right
max
now.
Range Avalanche. Yep. Yeah, he's playing really, really well, and he's moving himself towards a Blink Dagger as well. Force up being picked up from Moibe. I'm not 100% sold on this just yet. It is a way for them to kite around the Primal Beast and even the Ember Spirit to a certain extent. So at the end of the day, they can kind of play fast with their Force stuff, right? Where on the side of Ivy, they need to try and get everything they can. And if you take away a few of these early kills for them, then they're really relying on the gold from neutrals and the lane creeps. And if they're not getting that, then it really just feels like you're just constantly starving out Ivy.
I guess I would have also preferred, like, if he started the build up into BKB or gone for Blink. It feels like a bit much with Falcon Blade, but we'll see how it goes. It does mean that he's got quite a bit of survivability at the moment. Death Prophets, survivability. Of course, that's what she needs. And now down bottom, survivability is not going to be on the cards for Cube as he gets taken down by 3 heroes of Ancient Tribe. They get the quick kill. And they have Ghost back online in 20 seconds. So they could pressure the tier 1 tower, then try to use the Ghost for the tier 2. Either way, Ancient Tribe making the map smaller and smaller for the side of Ivy. I don't think they can, weirdly enough, I don't think they can afford to lose this side of the map. They need this triangle for the catch-up.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very difficult for them if they lose this tier 1 tower. You can see that Arde's doing a good job of just putting his body there. It's going to be hard for them to push the Primal Beast back, especially when they had Jay and Vincenzo around. All it takes is them to over-aggress a little bit. And if you lose Mobe's like kind of killing spree, the amount of gold that he has right now on this Death Prophet, then it could be where the comeback starts. For Ivy, right, like you want to try and make sure that your Drow is able to fight in towards this mid game while Little Pleb is sitting back and farming. But if you lose out on a fight here, this could be bad.
Oh, speaking of Drow, she demonstrates why she got the 4-star, getting herself away from Arya's Primal Beast. They will still be able to bring down the life of LeBron here. They trigger the Moonlight Shadow, seeing if they can give further chase. Doesn't seem like anyone's available. In the meantime, though, the Smarana Cube trying to get himself away from Alex and Lil Pleb. The Moonlight Shadow will provide salvation for the Marana. So no vision from Sniper. But bottom, they didn't manage to bring down the Death Prophet, so she's still available to try and hold the tier 1 tower. And she'll pop Ghost to be able to do so. Morty's Kisses flying out onto this Drow Ranger. Drow losing a lot of her HP here. The Ghost won't be enough to kill her. Ade did enough with the Onslaught just to bump the Drow a little bit further away. So that'll enable them to keep that hero alive. They deny the tower on the way out. Sucks to lose this real estate, but at the very least you force them to use Exorcism, so your tier 2 tower won't suffer too much damage afterwards.
Oh, Pio staying around. Okay, I was going to say whether or not he saw out Mobe, who was coming towards him, or he thought.
Caught by the clockwork. And here's the right-click damage with the Ghosts at the very end of them and the Spirit Siphon. Good enough to get the kill. Killing spree for the Death Prophet. And are they going to be able to find revenge off the back of this? We have Slight Chains back online in 1 second. But Swykov doesn't necessarily want to go to the low ground to pick this one up. Dude, he has actually no items. Like, literally, he has phase boots, a bottle, 15 minutes into the game. So he doesn't feel strong enough to try and pursue that fight.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind, especially when you're looking across at Mobe's item, who's surprisingly going for a Rod of Atos, of all things.
Seeing a new
they've got a lot of... I guess so. I don't know. I'm going to let the man cook. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to let him cook for a bit, and if he gets overdone, then we'll talk about it a little bit later on. But right now, he's having a good game, so I'm going to allow him to do his business. There's a Blink Dagger up online here from Alex as well, and if they keep this tempo, then I don't think it's really going to matter what items he gets.
Drow is dead. They get the Blink Pass, and that's going to be full damage out onto Pio with Spirit Siphon on top of him. Definite kill onto the Drow. Jay and Vincento cannot stop this happening. 2 heroes brought down. Perfect Blink reveal for Alex, and they managed to TP down bottom to prevent Ade from getting the free tower. They might even find the deny here from Mobe. Don't think they can kill the catapult in time to fully save the tower. Oh no, they're not going to get it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was at that awkward HP where even one of the deny right clicks wasn't going to do enough, and the oh no, he's dead as well now. Ade.
Wait, no, he might live. No, he's dead. Okay. The 4-star yet again showing its value. Just a constant peppering of this battery assault, not allowing the onslaught. Maybe that's why he bought the 4-star. He's like, right, Clockwork, you're like sort of hard countering Primal pre-BKB, so if we just make sure that you can stay on top of him no matter what. Like, it makes my game slower, sure, but we're relying on the Sniper, I guess, to deal out all the scaling damage as this game proceeds.
Yeah, and obviously Mobe does a lot of damage with his spells as well, so it's not like he needs to build into damage on the Death Prophet. He has a lot of that, and with Alex as well. So I'm going to try and do something here with the Moonlight Shadow.
They do see the Sniper. Okay, he can go for the Slight Chains combo. Quip, is he ready? There it is. There's Arrow flying in. It catches the Tiny though. Sniper ends up getting a body in front of him to protect him, but his life might still be in danger. The support's closing in on him, but they don't have the punch to kill him. Eventually, the Sleight of Fist will come in to clean up the job, but both supports go in the opposite direction. It might seem expensive, but at this stage of the game, Ivy will take what they can get. They bring Stoikov a little bit further into the game. He's getting closer to having at least one real item. Man, if he at least had like a Maelstrom for that fight, that could have gone so much better for them. Sniper would have died sooner, but the game is hard and they're just trying to recover it right now.
Yeah, I mean, losing your 2 supports for Little Pleb, you're probably pretty happy for that, considering the fact that Stoichkov was the one that got the kill onto the Sniper. Mask Commanders plus Orb of Corrosion means that Little Pleb is unfortunately at negative armor. So that's never fun for him when those Sleight of Fists do come through. But it has been at least a half-decent shout at them trying to get back into the game here. Ivy understand how they need to get back into this. They need to try and play around the Ember Spirit and their support combinations to try and find some of these kills. And they just need to make sure that their Primal Beast can get to a point where he has BKB and their Drow has a few items. So they know what they need to do. It's whether or not that Ancient Tribe are going to allow them to do that. They've got the Rod of Atos up now. They're just going to look towards Roche. They're not going to bring Little Pleb over for now, but get an early Roche on this team. It's going to be hard for you to defend your tier 2s for Ivy.
They might not know that this is happening. Unfortunately, they don't have a vision seeker themselves on their draft. So this is going to go by underneath their noses. They cannot contest this. So good usage of the next round of Exorcism. Lil Pleb now has an Aegis in his hands. Can just keep farming. Doesn't have to buy BKB just yet. But on the bright side, they know that there's no Exorcism. And they know that Lil Pleb doesn't actually want to be fully involved just yet. He'd be happier off just farming the map. That gives them time to finish off their BKBs. They have one en route for the Draw Ranger. They have one en route for the Primal Beast. He's almost got his one. And they just need time for Stoikov to finish farming up his. I feel like they can only really start playing this game again once they have these BKBs. Before that, it just feels so rough right now. Alex is having a great game, so he's over-leveled on this Tiny. This Mortimer's Kisses just hit level 12, so it's an absurd amount of damage. Of course, you have these Spirit Siphons, these Crypt Swarms. So maybe Ivy a little bit glad for the time to just keep farming. But that also means they can't make aggressive plays. Because look, bottom, they actually want to try and make a jump here from Ancient Tribe. They need to get out. They need to run ASAP. Do they have a sentry? No, Drow! She reveals herself. Theo is definitely going to die for this one. Will they get him out? Try to force off him away with the Hurricane Pike, but not going to be allowed. Cube is like, man, I gave you the Moonlight Shadow to get out of here. But he didn't accept the gift, so he ends up losing his life instead.
Yeah, maybe they just weren't privy to the information that was, you know, coming towards them, that there was an entirety of the Ancient Tribe walking at them. I think LeBron did a really, really good job understanding that the Force stuff is the only way that they can get away from the hookshot combination. So as soon as he sees that Hurricane Pike come out, he just throws out the hookshot, gets directly on top of the Drow. And Ancient Tribe, they are definitely in the driver's seat this time around. They're looking very, very strong. Maybe they can try and get a kill here on a Mobe. I don't think they had the damage to kill this Death Prophet.
Let's see, she's 2k HP, 4 staff, Red of Atos, Hurricane Pike with the Ogre Axe and 21 charges. Now she's trying. She is not going to die here. And Ada is actually going to be the one that gets brought down instead. There is an Assassinate coming in towards him. And here comes his old friend LeBron to apply more pain towards the Primal Beast. Lil Pleb gets the kill. Ivy yet again bounced back from the regression. And they even start sending the tips, man. Starting to inflict some emotional damage on top of the physical damage from the sniper as well.
Yeah, I mean, Little Pleb was throwing out some tips before to Pio when he got caught in the mid lane, so Ancient Tribe feeling pretty good with how things are going. I don't think on any planet you can think that you can kill a Death Prophet like that. Like, your Primal Beast doesn't have BKB, so you can't get away from the Spirit Siphons. You see that she already has 21 charges. She's got an Ogre Axe as well, and a 4-staff. Like, maybe if you had the Drow within the area, you can try and kite her around a little bit with some Frost Arrows and hope that you have enough physical burst. But with the 2 heroes that you had, there's no way with those combinations of spells that you're ever going to kill her. So a little bit, maybe it was a bit of limit testing coming from Ivy, just being like, all right, how strong is Mobe right now? Turns out he's pretty strong. So I don't think they're going to make the same mistake twice, but unfortunately they made a mistake in the first place.
Well, they're going to find themselves dead on Mirana. I'm kind of surprised she's going to die. Oh, they actually don't get the Assassinate out. She's going to live. The reason I was really surprised she died here is because they smoked up as 4 heroes right underneath the ward from the side of Ivy. So they knew that this was coming. Cube not going to end up getting brought down by this. Can leap away into the base. Alright, so they successfully bait them out to reveal their positioning. Slide chains into arrow combo. Quite a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Lil Pleb still holding on to an Aegis. So definitely not the target you want to go on. Also, as a meme hammer aficionado, what have you made of the meme hammer on the Snapfire this game?
I think it's fine. I don't think it's amazing. The value comes from meme hammer is the fact that it's obscene stats for the money that you spend, right? And obviously you have the combination with yourself, the fact that the Snapfire cookie at level 4 can allow you to get the media hammer combination. He's gotten a few combos off, so I haven't hated it. I think it just allowed them to have that little bit of extra damage. Like, they were in such a commanding spot that media hammer is one of those items that can just kind of balloon out a lead. Like, you can just get free lane push, like you can just get free towers with a Meteor Hammer. So the fact that they've been able to collect this tier 2, I would say it gets a thumbs up from me.
Alright. I think he agrees with the assessment of trying to go for this combo, also building a 4-staff. He was oscillating between 4-staff or Blink Dagger. Looks like 4-staff is going to be the option. Bottom lane, we have another Moonlight Shadow coming out. They want to test Mobe's limits yet again. They don't have vision of this Death Prophet though, so they can't get the catch. And now Ancient Tribe, they might be able to connect from the north side. This time, with the whole team here, because the Drow was also in position, maybe this time they can get this kill. But I'm still glad they didn't find her, honestly.
Maybe, but it's also under a tier 2 as well, right? And that's where it just adds that little bit of extra risk where you're like, do we kill her fast enough? Like, yes, we might kill her at the end, but do we lose 4 lives off the back of that? And then little pleb gets like a, you know, like 4 kills and just ends up having like an extra 2 items by the time we go anywhere towards him. So I like that they didn't take the risk, but at the end of the day, I think they need to start taking risks soon.
Well, they're going to try and go for a smoke play. Oh, LeBron gets assistance from the Tiny. Alex is like, bro, I got you. Just hook towards me. They do not have... And this is a part of the issue we're mentioning, right? Their lack of ability to kill these heroes extremely fast. We were worried in their draft about their lack of burst damage, and we see it there. If they have more punch, then that's just a dead clockwork. They can sort of reassert themselves around this mid lane, maybe put some pressure on the tower, but as it stands right now, Ade has to be very careful here. Alex jumps in with the avalanche toss, forces a BKB charge. That's the first one of the game. So even though they don't get the kill, Ancient Tribe will definitely take that one. Happy to see the BKB charge go to waste.
Yep, definitely okay with that, because now they can re-aggress, right? Like the only thing they really had to wait on was the blink tagger coming in from Alex, and now that it's off cooldown, you're going to try and find Ade. Haven't been able to find him just yet. Maybe they can catch out Jay and Vincenzo. Okay, he just smartly TPs into the trees. Understood that he was in a poor spot. So you can see that Ivy understands that they need to try and get some of these towers, need to try and get some of this map pressure back. But it's just so hard for them to do it. Like, they need these BKBs to fight, but then also if you're ever stuck in an awkward situation where you get blink tossed and you have to put the BKB, otherwise you just die. And now they're at a point where they have to wait for this BKB charge to come back from Ade. It's only about 30 seconds till it is back, but at this point they could just lose another fight and then lose another T2 tower.
Okay, Dota is playable now though, because Cube avoids the avalanche. Hook shot's gonna be there though. Can they get the kill onto him? GG boots will not be good enough. Ade thought about going for the onslaught, but very wisely cancels. Still has 17 seconds until his BKB charge is back online. And Swakov did just pick up BKB, so Dota is now playable for our mid Ember Spirit. Alex though makes the jump onto JM Vincenzo. Quick burst, quick kill. Because the Marana is the one that's dead, there's no Guardian Priest to keep you alive either. Game is hard here. They're about to lose their triangle. They need this farm to make sure that the Drow can also get a BKB. She's farming an unsafe area right now, so she needs to back, and she needs to back very, very shortly. In the meantime, though, Ade forced to pop BKB and flee away. Stoikov and the boys, they're trying to buy space and time. Ade forced a TP out home, so that's 2 defensive BKB charges. And now they have the assassinate onto Pio. He doesn't have BKB just yet. Alex jumps onto him. Beautiful Hurricane Pike, but an even better hook shot comes out from LeBron. That's a dead Drow Ranger without buyback either. It's all falling apart, Fluke, and they have the entire map just to themselves on the side of Ancient Tribe. They can decide exactly what pace the next few minutes are played in this game.
Yeah, this is rough. This is some domination coming in from Ancient Tribe. They looked good. They had some very, very strong lanes. They were able to work out, get them done, pull Ivy across the map, and now it's just kind of all about these BKBs and these next couple of high ground fights, I think, for Ivy, right? Like, they need to make sure that they get themselves a good fight with their BKBs, because right now they've been utilized in some situations that are just keeping Ade alive, right? Like, you've seen, what, 2 times now that he's popped his BKB, hasn't been able to actually start a fight, but it's much more about him staying alive. They are smoking without their Drow Ranger alive. She will TP to the tier 2. Maybe they can get the kill on Little Pleb.
Alright, they're gonna try for this one here, Stoikov. He's not concerned with the life of this Marana, of this Clockwork rather. He wants the big prize. As they're killing off LeBron, he actually just TPs out on LeBron, cancels his own TP. BKB from Stoikov, trying to stick on top of the Sniper, but Sniper is fairly strong in his own right, standing his ground against 3 heroes right now. Will they actually be able to get this kill? Mobe, in the meantime, solo kills the Drow Ranger elsewhere in the fight. BKB finally expires from the Sniper, and he will fall to the 2 cores aggressing on top of him. But they can't press their advantage here, Ivy. They've lost out on their BKB charges. You need to TP out with their cores. Drow Ranger, though, gets caught alone. She was trying to connect into the fight, but Mobe, happy to reveal the new Blink Dagger. And coming out with these Exorcism Ghosts, good enough to kill off the Drow. This feels like the constant theme of this game here, Fluke. They get like 1 positive kill for themselves, Ivy, but then they always lose 2-3 heroes, so they can't actually put themselves onto the map as a result of these few kills.
Yeah, it was a really disconnected fight. Stoichkov went directly in towards the sniper, I thought maybe you just kind of give up and you just take the free kill onto LeBron, and then maybe you might have oh no, Stoichkov. There's no BKB here.
No, it's fine. They don't have enough damage just yet, so it should be okay. They go in for the pulverized arrow combo. Stoichkov though doesn't flee in time. Gun and Greaves will come out. Alex getting zoned back by Ade, and the Mortis kisses onto Stoichkov. They actually managed to bring him down. Quipe might die as well. Barely heals up inside the trees and in the Moonlight Shadow. So they trade the life of Alex for the life of the Ember Spirit. Oh my goodness. I thought Stoichkov was going to end up living there. But unfortunately for him, doesn't manage to get out the last remnants in time. The Morty's kisses come out even faster.
It was some good snipes as well. Just kind of following him around, and the amount of damage that the Mortimer's Kisses does at this point, and the fact that Mobe caught him, you know, at least at half HP, no BKB, means that Stoichkov just goes down. It's a bit rough for all of these cores. To be fair, they really haven't gotten any more of this map control taken away from them, Ivy. They've still been able to force their way into some of these fights. 10 seconds until we do see Roche respawning, so that's going to be the next point of contention, but there's a fight first.
Yeah, they want to keep maintaining control up on the outpost. They get the quick kill onto JM Vincento. No buyback available for this Undying. 500 gold off the mark. And Roshan is respawned right now, so it's a 5v4 in this area. Ghosts are back online in 10 seconds, 40 seconds until Morty's kisses. But the important thing is that they have their BKBs back online for Team Ivy. They're going to try to go for the smoke. They go around here. They don't have much positive vision, so they might not be able to find the angle. The rest of the squad already in the Roshan pit for Ancient Tribe. And Alex, his presence alone making it very difficult for Ivy to go in. And they just can't find a positive angle here, Fluke. They're going to have to let this one go. So they're going to instead choose to go for the outpost. Maybe retain some map progression on this area, but Ancient Tribe just get a free kill on Undying, and that translates into a free Roshan for themselves.
Yeah, if they had any vision, Ivy, they would have noticed that Mobe was nowhere near the pit. Maybe they were just expecting that Mobe was just going to be in there, and if they ever did initiate, then it would have just been a bad transition for them. Maybe if they had Jay and Vincenzo up, that would have been an easier fight for them. You can just kind of walk in, drop a tombstone, and you get all the vision in the world, right? So maybe that might have been the play for them, but Ancient Tribe, once again, they have the Aghanim Shard now onto the Sniper. There's Aegis as well. He's got his own BKB. And the question is...
No way.
Oh, no.
No way, dude.
He's going to be fine.
Way. Is he? Is he? Is he? Alex is going to keep the chase going. No way.
Oh, my God.
They hunted him like he was a prey, man. They had like multiple heroes force him to Remnant back the first time. And then they go force out the slide chains combo the second time. They force out the third remnant. And then Alex just comes in like the stalking horse. Takes him down. And there is buyback, but forcing him to use it right now just would feel so bad for Stoichkov. He really wanted the Aghanim Shard. And he opts to buy the Aghanim Shard. He's completely bought out. He will not have access to buyback here. So they will probably have to just give up this tier 3 tower plus racks in the top side of the map. Nothing else they can do to protect it.
LeBron and Jay and Vincenzo are fighting towards the top side. You can see that LeBron really wanted to try and keep his quick wave alive while the rest of his team are taking the racks. I think LeBron could probably win this fight. He is trying to turn it around. Oh no, Jay and Vincenzo is dead. Omega dead. They did pull him off the racks though, so yeah. I would say a slight victory there for Jay and Vincenzo.
Yeah, that's actually massive. That delays the game much further than it should have been otherwise. That was the time where Stoichkov did not have buyback. He bought out. Ade didn't really want to come participate in that fight fully. Like, they don't even lose a range racks off of this. That's actually such a big brain play. And I think the time that he spends there, the few creeps he brings down, bring him over the line to get buyback. So JM Vincenzo are keeping this game alive. It's an 18k gold lead, 88% win probability from Dota Plus. Not easy, certainly not, but Ivy, we've seen stranger things happen in the game of Dota.
True, very true. We've even covered some of the crazier comebacks in the game, so excited to see what Ivy's able to pull out when they're able to utilize all their BKBs. The biggest thing for me is they haven't fought together once. I don't think I've seen all 5 of them fight or smoke together. It's always they smoking when someone's respawning, or there's, you know, Ivy, you know, being on the bottom side of the map with like 2 or 3 heroes. They just haven't been able to link up, and to be fair, that kind of stems from their laning stage. I think their laning stage was pretty poor. Like, Ade was the only one that didn't really kind of get dominated, but he's a primal beast who's not able to abuse trample early on, so it kind of feels bad for him. And Now Ivy are they've always been on the back foot, and maybe they look good when we have a full 5v5, and that's when the Drow's really able to shine with her BKB and her damage that she's starting to build up.
They might be building up. Oh, Alex doesn't manage to get... okay, TP out. Whew. All right. So
yeah,
they can keep just hunting these heroes. Jam Vincenzo is just doing the classic 5 position thing, making space on the map, allowing these heroes to actually come back into this. It's very scary because so many of them are playing without buyback. I think maybe they're thinking to themselves, if we end up dying anyway in these fights, then us re-engaging the fight after the first round of BKBs is so hard as to defy expectations. So let's play without these buybacks, but it's still a very scary place to be because they're gonna come for the secondary push. They still have Aegis for another minute?
Yeah.
And how do you defend this, Fluke?
I don't know. Maybe you just have a massive onslaught. I think you need to try and get a flank coming in from Ade as well as Cube. If they're able to kind of attack from this southern side and try and get a nice little angle, try and find out Little Pleb and Mobe, then they can get a fight going. But the Rax is already dead before they're even in position. They smoke as a 4-man, they Moonlight Shadow, but it's like they don't want to go on DP. I think DP is the one hero you don't want to go on. She's got BKB, 4 Spirit Siphons as well, and a Shiva's Guard. Like, she's going to be very, very hard to kill. That you need to either go on Little Pleb or, you know, maybe try and find out Alex, who's in the backline. But again, it's a tiny. He's got 25 armor. He's got a Heaven's Halberd now as well, Force Blink. So it will be a very, very hard task for them to take any of these heroes down because they are so far behind.
And we spoke in the initial game when we were watching the draft how difficult it would be for Ivy to just get in there, how reliant they are on Ade, and he just can't find the inroads. Lacking this Blink Dagger, his only form of initiation is Onslaught, and they have so many ways to make sure that Onslaught is not going to be effective. They have this Clockwork, they have multiple 4-staffs, so the targets you actually want to get to, very difficult to access at this moment in time. Aegis does expire though, and they only took 1 Lena Rax off the back of this, and this Drow, she is a Scalen. They now have a buyback on her. I think she's thinking about whether or not she goes to the Silver Edge or commits for the full item. I think if you've outlasted the Aegis, then you might as well start saving for buybacks. See what these fights bring you. Stoikov has buyback now as well. And they just need 1 more kill to at least get 10. If they can at least get 10, then it's like, oh boys, we got double digits. It's not so bad.
Yeah, if they can kill some of the 0 death players, if they can kill Mobe, I think they're probably going to feel pretty happy. Alex, Bayon, Jay and Vincenzo, but it's not enough, it seems.
Let me keep it roll with you, Fluke. I actually don't think Mobe dies this game.
I don't think he does either, but, you know, if they do get him, then that's going to be a pretty sweet pie, you know? They're going to be like, yeah, this felt good. Maybe that's all they're waiting for. Maybe they just kill Mobe and they GG out. I mean, that'd be some Giga Chad players right there.
Just
like, you're not going 0 deaths this game. No, not in my game. I've seen teams do that before. They always, like, I mean, they've been much more blowout games than what this one is. This one still feels like there are some inroads for them. Like, when you're down, like, 40, 50k, and you're just like, we want to kill this one guy. Like, let's just kill this one guy, then we'll GG out.
Yeah. Didn't we do like a 30 or 40k gold comeback at TI together?
Yeah,
Wasn't
I think
there
it was
one
one
crazy
of the...
game?
It was... I remember there was that super long game that we cast with RNG where Ghost was playing Lone Druid.
Oh, yes.
And I think that was the comeback game where he just sat back forever and ever, cut creep waves forever and ever, and then they eventually won 1 fight, killed one of the big cores, and the game can swing, man. Like, at the end of the day, it really can swing, especially if your Drow stays alive, but I really want to see Ivy starting to build towards enabling their Drow. Like, trying to make sure that she stays alive and can deal the damage.
Well, she's going to have to do that damage here in this fight. Here we go. Jam Vincenzo, the one jumped on by LeBron. He's already gone here. Does have buyback though. Ade trying to get into the fight. Not going to be able to do so. The Pulverize. Will it reach the Pleb? No, it does not. Swaycall just trying to force these heroes back. The flight's being split up yet again. Mobe anchoring it down and holding things. Mixer going for the mean hammer play onto Stoikov. It hits this Ember Spirit. Ember's going to die. The damage coming in from Low Pleb and the tier 1 tower going to be more than enough. And on the back edge of the fight, Mobe yet again proving to the bane of this Drow Ranger's life, catching up directly on top of her. They disable the passive, they disable her life. And now Little Pleb comes back into the fray, deals out the damage, and they force out the GG core. Ivy, they finally try...